Hello everyone, this is going to be a guide for players who are currently playing the Seer Sage healing class in Star Wars The Old Republic but want to check out its dark side mirror Corruption Sorcerer. We're going to be going over all the icons and their mirror ability names and their differences. First off, for your basic attack, we will have all the attacks mixed in here with the heals. Hopefully you don't have to use these too much. Saber Strike will be the same on both sides, just with a different icon. Project becomes Shock. Your regeneration ability, Meditation, becomes the red Seethe. Disturbance becomes Lightning Strike. Telekinetic Throw becomes Force Lightning. Force Wave, your pushback, becomes Overload. Forcequake, your big area attack, becomes Force Storm. Benevolence, one of your heals, becomes Dark Heal. Force of Will, your stun breaker, becomes Unbreakable Will. For stun, your 4-second stun becomes Electrocute. Preserved Force Armor, that bubble that you can put on so many different players, becomes Static Barrier. It looks like a purple bubble, but this time with lightning. Your Deliverance becomes Dark Infusion. Both of them are a black silhouette bust. Your Interrupt, Mind Snap, becomes Jolt. It's kind of a orangey, peachy colored icon. Your buff, Force Potency, becomes Recklessness with the purple hands outstretched. Rejuvenate, your purple icon, becomes Resurgence. It's just a black torso on a green background. Mind Crush becomes Crushing Darkness. If you happen to have chosen Keeper of Peace, the optional heal on your tree, that becomes Rally on the corruption side of things, but it has the same icon. Force Speed is the same on both sides. Cloud Mind, your optional detaunt, bit of a defensive, on your tree. If you happen to have it, it's the same on both sides. Force Mend, your self-heal, will have the same icon. You can look for it very easily, but it is called Unnatural Preservation on the corruption side of things. Weaken Mind, one of your attack becomes Affliction. One important thing to note, if you're just at the point where you're mashing green buttons while playing corruption, you haven't quite learned everything. Affliction is green, but it is not a heal. It looks like an angry, screaming green face clawing at its head. That one's not a heal. No. If you're looking for your little buff that helps you regain your energy, your force, Vindicate becomes Consuming Darkness. It's a purple icon with a bit of green. Healing Trance becomes Innervate. Restoration, your Cleanse, is going to look exactly the same, but it's called Expunge. Your buff that gives you Alacrity, Mental Alacrity, switches over to being called Polarity Shift. It's a bright pink and purple icon for corruption. If you're looking for your operation buff, it's optional on your tree. It has the exact same icon on both sides. Force Empowerment becomes Unlimited Power. Your pull will look the same on both sides, easy to find. Rescue becomes Extrication. Salvation, your big circular area heal, becomes Revivification. Your Force Barrier, same name and same icon on both sides, it just becomes a pink color on the corruption side of things. If you're looking for your Combat Revive, this is the most important one to memorize. So for Seer, your Revive is called Revival, and when you switch over to Corruption, it is called Reanimation, and it looks like the icon of a black silhouette of a man, and he's kind of mid-run. He's mid-run, and there's a bunch of green speed lines around him, and that will bring your friends back to life. Reanimation. Wandering Mend, your bouncing heal, will be the same kind of icon on both sides, but it becomes pinkish greenish on the corruption side, and it's called Roaming Mend. So Roaming Mend is your bouncing heal. If you happen to have picked it up, Telekinetic Blitz becomes Volt Rush. Once again, optional on your tree. Phase Walk is the same name on both sides. It just has a different colored icon. Very useful. And if you've instead chosen Force Lift, it will become Whirlwind. And if you're looking around for your buffs and debuffs, especially on the players that you're trying to heal, on the Republic side of things, when you cast your little purple bubble on people and you want to see who you've put it on, you're looking for Force and Balance. That's the little blue man waving at the moon. When you swap over to the Imperial side and you're putting your bubble on people, your bubble that you actually click, it's the purple ability icon with lightning inside of it, and when you're looking at the debuffs on your shielded targets, is called de-ionized, and it looks like a bunch of blue lightning inside a bubble shield. So you can keep your eyes open for those. I hope you enjoyed this overview of all the abilities for the Corruption Sorcerer, especially if you're currently a player who's playing Seer Sage and needed a tool to help you flip between the two. If you want to show your support for these in-depth Star Wars The Old Republic projects, please visit Swtorista.com/support. And if you want more videos about your favorite game to show up on your YouTube homepage, subscribe to this channel. As always, may the Force, both dark and light, be with you, because you are a healer and you are loved.